playing music. Welcome to Gaming4Justice. We are live on twitch.tv/MayaMama, or you might be hearing me speaking live on TikTok at Claudia Alec Love. I don't know why I forgot to speak English. Or you could even be listening on our archive on youtube.com/Claudia Alec Calling Up Justice. Today we are going to start a new video game, and I thought that everyone might be interested in seeing what exactly happens in the beautiful world of me making a game, because I assume that everybody's process is a little different. Today we have our guest, our producer, Claudia. Claudia, would you like to check in with us and let us know how you're doing?
Hi, hello. This is Claudia, your producer, speaking to you through the Discord to the Twitch. We're joined here by an awesome TikTok audience. Hello, Nosy Girl. Wonderful to see you. And hello, yep, I am here. And names I cannot read, but we are joined by others. Welcome. We can't wait to experience you playing a game. Or making a game, designing a game.
Yes. Well, and everyone can be involved. That's the funness of it, I think.
No. We want you to contribute to the video game design.
Yeah. Pick your brains. See how you're thinking. I mean, yeah. I mean, let's see. Now, first off, Claudia, I have told you nothing about what this is, because I wanted to
nothing.
I wanted to unveil it to you.
Right. Okay. So what is this part of the Can You Survive a Racism group of games?
It is. It is another sequel, and this one is called Can You Survive a Racism Internet Conflict. It's all in caps.
Internet conflict. I like that.
Yes.
I think that makes it more hardcore.
Mm-hmm. And also, now, if to those who are watching on the stream, I have the standard tree chart. We don't have anything filled in except for I made a start page just for funsies. But we haven't written anything, because that is what we are going to do today. So first, I'm going to show you what we made today. It's very
See how
fun.
I spelled internet conflict with a K to make it more hardcore?
Oh, no. This is not this is not the 90s, and this is not Mortal Kombat.
Can I add a Z to it? Internet conflicts.
Oh God, with a K and a Z?
Yeah. To make it really hardcore. All right, I'm sorry. I'm distracting you.
Okay, anyway, let's...
It's about dealing with trolls and stuff?
Yeah. So first off, I'm going to show you what the game looks like. Oh shoot. That did not work. Let me try that one more time.
We'll describe it to you, audience, because it's a very small screen. Or go to Twitch. You can see it on Twitch.
You can. Okay. People should be able to see it now. That's all. That's the only thing that I have. It's just this little bit of the thing, and it has it says I made a little picture, And
I just saw it. Oh, I kind of love this actually. Check.
like the
I'm
fists
literally
are like
using my
ba-bam, and the words shaking.
I think this is very cool with a K. It doesn't need to spell conflict with a K. You've got this amazing that looks like a photo of my computer. I love this. It's so
It's
good.
not your computer. It was just stock footage of a computer. I don't even think it's an English language computer
This,
when I look at it. Um,
this
but
is such a cool image, though. I love it.
but if you look at the screen, you will also see that there's a little page calling up, and there's a picture of me. There's like a couple of calling up images, and then there's a picture of you, a very tiny, tiny picture of you.
Dumb, and I love it.
And then
I love it.
here's the thing for can you survive a racism medical industrial complex? I put right there. So like that's what social media looks like, guys. All right.
That's amazing.
And
I love that the start button is in the middle of the explosion.
thank you.
I
That
think
took me so long.
I'm loving that this feels. I like the aesthetics of this, the red and the yellow. I feel like, all right, this is me being. I'm like, oh, I wish you could make your yellow pop even more, but this is awesome. This is so good.
I had a lot of fun with it. Well, so I used what's it called? They changed the name of it again. Adobe Express is what it's called.
Oh, yeah.
To create two different documents. And then I had to figure out how to get the code in so that the picture looked right.
Uh-huh.
And then also so that the start was directly in the center. That was the hardest thing. That took me way longer than I think a lot of people would believe it took.
Well, all I know is, Maya, it was worth it because it was one of the things where I was like, let me compliment where you put the button. It's really dumb that where the start button is matters, but like,
I
this
think it
makes me wanna play.
does.
It's
Yeah.
good design. I don't know if it's possible to make the word start a little punchier.
I want it bigger. Yes.
Yeah.
I want it like so that the start is like a bah.
Yeah, so
I
it's the same weight of the internet conflict.
yes. I mean, yeah, it'll be fun. I'm just so excited.
Fist imagery. Okay, I'm sorry. Please share more about the game. I'm obsessed with your image, and I don't wanna keep you here too long. I'm just really in love with it. I love the fists because they're like, are they fighting? Are they hitting the?
It's
love
conflict. I mean, who
it.
knows?
I love it.
Who knows what the conflict is?
I
Because
know what the conflict is.
we don't know.
Conflict is racism.
I mean, well, yeah, actually, because it's can you survive a racism? The conflict is racism. No, you're right. Spoiler.
Audience here, and I want our audience members to be able to weigh in because your suggestions, Maya Mama literally codes your suggestions into the game. So, what happens next?
So, the next thing is we have this great document here. I believe everyone should be able to see this Word document because here's where the exciting stuff happens, y'all. This is where we write because that's most of what the game is. It's words because it's text-based. So
Okay.
I have an outline. I have the same sort of outline that will just go for every game. And I always I put my images in that I like. If you want to see, you can see this a little bit better. There's that little picture of you. I just love it. I think it's hilarious. Oh, this is a different picture, actually, than the one that I ended up uploading.
Very clever. I love it.
I'll have to.
I'm sharing this with the TikTok audience only because I don't think they don't need to see a Google Doc being live typed on inside Twitch. Just know that your words are being typed into this exciting document.
If they're good. I'm joking.
This audience has the best suggestions.
I trust that.
For video games.
I
Can we ask
believe
them
it.
I'm going to ask them for something.
So first off, let me just read. So after that, you push the start. You're going to have on the beginning open square. It's going to say, "Welcome to Can You Survive a Racism Internet Conflict? In this interactive social justice experience, you will be presented with a few scenarios to see if you can get through an encounter on social media. These scenarios will be both research and anecdotal in nature." And so we have the script. And my first little box, just to start us off, I wrote, "You're bored and look at your news aggregator and see an article that points out an act of oppression that causes issues in your day-to-day life. You decide to share the article on your personal social media page so that people in your circle will read and possibly share. Maybe this can start a nice conversation." Spoiler alert. No.
I like that you're already making it so vague. It's like, what's... So you decide to write a post on your social media site.
You are sharing... No. You are not writing a post. You are sharing an article.
You're just sharing an article, but like...
that points out an act of oppression that causes issues day-to-day life. So I will share a personal example. You can actually... you can see more, learn more at youtube.com/ Claudia Alec Calling Up Justice, because there actually is a YouTube video about this encounter where I posted an innocuous thing about, I think it was white women taking accountability in white supremacy. Taking accountability in their contribution to it, and that was it.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Right off the bat. So this is my question. So when you're so you're the character,
yeah,
and your character posts an article, but does your character post an article where they just posted the article? Did they take a pull quote out of the article to like give context? Did they like write an opinion before they posted the article? Because like those are different ways of posting the article that will potentially invite different engagement.
You are correct. So how about you decide to share the article on your personal social media page because you no. With a statement about how this affects
Well, Maya, I was
your
thinking
life?
Choices. These are choices you can give them.
Oh.
That's why I was saying, hey, that's
so,
the first.
So Claudia, the thing is that again, I love your enthusiasm, but that means I have to write that's two different games, because that's an entirely different tree. That's one tree, and then if we write about how they didn't put a personal statement, that's an entirely different tree. That maybe we can connect somehow, but those are two different types of conversations, and right now we are going with one conflict.
Maya, you've done a really gorgeous job in your previous games of giving some of the moments the illusion of choice.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think if you acknowledge that point of decision making, they don't have to create completely new long form paths. Like in Detroit Become Human, it can be a short path. It can be like you put context in the comment, nobody pays attention to that, and they just comment on the title of the article. Or you put in a pull quote, everyone is responding to the title of the article and didn't read the article, and your pull quote also incited them. I feel like you can still write the path you're writing.
Can you? How do I make it? Oh wait, I just pressed this. I remember now. Never mind. You're always the one that teaches me how to make like my documents look nice, and then I forgot how to do that. But then I remembered what you said. The more you know.
working with the Calling of Justice practice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lots of training. So let's say,
that you're using the Calling of Justice Tech Co-op to build this entire game. So, love it.
Share the article with a personal message about how this issue affects you.
Did you just say issue with the schmancy English th?
I did. I just thought it was funny.
I heard it. I was like, I feel like a rich royal who's been inbred. Are you talking like one of those inbred royals?
Issue.
What is the issue? The issue.
Although an issue is, I'll show. No, never mind. Okay. Or share article with no statement, if we can spell. It also, I mean, I really shouldn't be that worried about it. Okay. So let's see. I actually kind of want to make this go into two different things. So I'm going to have, if it affects you, with a message that affects you, that's going to go to, we're going to call that. So this is, after we write a choice, then we have to write where that's going to take us in the story tree. So I'm going to say sharing we're just going to call it a personal.
So I'm just going to reset the room and let my let people know what we're doing here in this space. So Maya Mama is live coding and writing a video game called Can You Survive a Racism Internet Conflict? It's very cool looking. Hopefully my talking is not distracting them from the writing and coding that they are currently doing. They are responding to me and my smarty pants suggestion that the first choice I make when I'm posting an article is, did I just post the article because I was in a hurry? Did I add like a sentence of context? Did I do a pull quote from the article because I wanted people to like get a piece of it? And Maya Mama is now designing around my decisions that completely interrupted what they were planning on doing. Hey, hello, Mama Muralista. Mama Muralista says, hello, Maya Mama.
Hey, hey.
You two are in physical space
I know
together.
who you are. I've seen you. Okay.
All right, so what next on the game?
Okay, so next we're going to go to... Okay. First off, I need to fix the spacing on this or it's going to make my brain explode if I can remember how to do spacing. It's all the little lines. And we're going to double space it so that my brain can just see better.
This isn't the wireframing for your video game.
Yes, we are.
Okay, so yeah, I support you making the wireframing for your video game more accessible.
Yes, easily. so that we can look and read. So let's so we have we're gonna call this not personal. The other one will be called personal and not personal. Two different paths, but they will take you to this. They will eventually get to the same place. So personal, with the personal statement, let's say after posting, you go about your day. What are things that you should do as you go about your day? Is this a good day? Let's make this a good day. Okay. So, doing some self-care.
This is such a nice day for our video game character. That's awesome. Yeah.
What kinds of do's do we do? Hydrate. Yeah.
Just like you're fully hydrated and you're feeling your
Mm-hmm.
healthy best. Oh,
Hydrate.
you're setting up this character, aren't you? Because the character posted it and then went off to have a nice time in their life, and they're coming back to the computer.
Yeah.
Okay, I see what you're doing. All right, what happens
Well, we
next?
gotta build them up.
The audience also says that they should get snacks. They get water
Oh
and snacks.
yeah, hydrating.
Come on. I know that's happened
The
where I posted
best
something and then I went off to
snacks.
get water and snacks, and then I came
I'm
back like,
being at your
oh,
best.
why?
And we'll say, you glance at your phone and see, um, what are they called? Notifications.
Okay.
Notifications. And there are many nice things said by your friends. um always whenever I write these, I always feel like really ominous because I feel like I'm being mean to this fictional person, because
In
like I know they're
some
going to have
ways,
a
you
bad
are.
time, and then I feel bad also because I'm really into certain tropes of fiction where fictional people are real and their writers are evil despot gods that are ruining their lives, and then
Yeah,
I
Maya
feel
Mama,
guilty.
Maya Mama, I hear you, but I want to plant a seed in you that's a seed that's in a couple of my other design spaces. How can you make this process trauma informed? How can you create a video game that leaves your audience members less traumatized than they entered your game with? I recognize that part of the point of this game is for people who don't experience racism to experience what it is to survive it. But also, I feel like you put fun jokes and references and things in it that like make it pleasant for me as a black woman to experience the game too, even though it is all of your games are so triggering.
Well, but life is kind of triggering. I mean, we are femme people of color, and we live in America. I mean, that's it. Like we're kind of set up for it. I mean the in Can You Survive a Racism OG edition, like the only way there is no way that you can completely entirely avoid any kind of racism, because the point of it isn't can you avoid a racism. The best way to avoid a racism is uh
To
Claudia,
get a
any
time machine and change all of history.
or um oh shoot,
See,
because it's
I think I got the best answer.
I think that's how you got to do it, because
That's how you
like
avoid. Wait, I got another one. I haven't seen the movie Everywhere All at Once, but maybe something from that movie.
I don't know. I don't know anything about that movie. Please don't tell me
You
anything.
need to see that movie.
Um, no spoilers. I have purposefully not looked up anything about this, as have you, because I want to see this movie and just be really excited by it.
Also, right now, the movie exists in my Schwarzenegger's cat of movies, so it's simultaneously the best version of itself and also the worst version of itself. So, like, as long as I don't see the movie, it's the best movie I've ever seen.
Oh, I kind of like that.
Anyway, what happens next in the game? Where are we?
So, you see nice things said by your friends. And I'm gonna say, um, you're feeling pretty good. And now, next, how about, do you want to take a nap? Let's say, maybe a nap. Question mark.
So
Or what else?
character.
What other nice thing do you want to do to
So
yourself?
so the character has posted something, has posted an article about an issue that is specific to their community,
Mm-hmm.
impacting their community, has posted the article on their social media sites.
Yes.
Then the next piece of the game asks, how did you post it? Did you post it with specifics or not? And then you go off to do something nice,
Mm-hmm.
and then you come back.
Well, hold on. Well, let's see where it takes us. Because I'm like, let's do something nice. You could take a nap. We already have that. You're like hydrating and getting snacks, but like maybe watch a show, watch a TV show.
Okay.
Um,
I'll be, I'm finding anything that's coming before we
binge
encounter the digital, whatever's happening in the digital space. I'm like, okay,
media.
is it a weekend in the game? Mama Muralista asks, is it a weekend in the game or is it a weekday?
This
Does
is
that
a weekend.
weekend? This does
You are
matter,
not at
actually.
work. You are not working today. This is you're doing self care. You're hydrating, best snacks, being your best.
It's a Saturday on the internet. Got it.
Hmm.
That actually makes a lot of sense because if you posted something random on a Monday morning, it might not like posting something random on a Saturday morning has a likelihood of having a surprising outcome.
Oh gosh, yes.
All right, I love it. So
Make
it's a
plans with
lovely
friends.
Saturday.
I'm gonna say binge a little media or make plans with friends.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: it's all gonna take us to the same place. Everything's gonna take us to the same place. It's all the same, except there will be a slight change, and it will be not personal. Not personal. Will be like, you're still having a great day. Here's something that I've actually found out. The aggregator or whatever, not the aggregator, the algorithm, often doesn't like sharing things on social media if you don't write anything.
Interesting. So
If
if I
it's
just put the article up without any context or language to encourage people to just read the article, the algorithm will decide not to distribute it widely.
right, unless
Okay.
people start engaging in it. And then once people start engaging in it, then yes. So we're going to,
Oh, Maya, a question was asked, can the character go outside in the sun?
yeah, I like that. I like that. I like how we're like, yes. Ooh.
I'm realizing that it's weird, but even in this, where we're not even like you're literally just writing what you're going to code into the game. But I just had a moment of like enjoying the idea of being in the sun, and just in terms of that like trauma informed design aesthetics. I go, oh, that felt like just a slightly heal. I feel like you're going to have a couple of healing moments in your game. I'm excited.
I'm going to say soaking up some sun. I do like doing that. So I'm all for that. So the second so I think for the second one we're going to have the same sort of you doing the same thing for your day because again this is the same character. Their life did not. This isn't like closing doors or switching doors. Whatever that dumb movie that I didn't see with Gwyneth Paltrow. Sliding doors. I never saw it.
He's like, hey, I'm on the subway, and if I miss this one subway ride,
my hair will be brown.
That changed her entire outlook.
And her hair color.
Yes, that was weird how being on a different train changed her hair. But sliding doors
changes hair. That's what they say. Sliding. Oops. I almost said a different word. Sliding doors. Sliding doors change his hair. That's what my mama always says.
All right, my mama. So what happens next?
It's some life lessons. All right, so your friends don't engage. I'm gonna say you see a couple notifications from close friends. Close friends see your stuff first, and you can actually add people as close friends.
Yeah, I know that as a person on the internet, I have none of my notifications set on. So
I don't
my
either.
Phone will not tell me if I did something on an internet space and there's things happening with it. It's always a surprise unless someone text messages me and it's just like, do you know what's happening on Facebook with your post?
Oh, see, I don't have notifications on because I don't like that. And then I just look at it and I check the notifications that are in the app, with the little bell. I just look at the bell and then I see if people interacted with stuff. And sometimes I just check that and then I flick it off, like floof. I'm swiping it away. Because I don't have time. That's usually what it is. I don't have time to engage. So let's see. So you glance at your phone, you see notifications when you open. I'm going to make sure that that's added. Open the app. You see a couple of notifications from close friends when you open the app. All nice things. And now you're feeling pretty good, and we're going to have the exact same things at the end.
Okay.
Because it's all going to take us. So it's different, but it is the same.
Okay.
Because technically, yeah. Because if you don't post a personal message, then less people are going to initially engage with it. So this reminds me of in Can You Survive a Racism? The industrial medical complex. I believe we had a few choices that were long. Where you have like four.
There were a bunch of choices though that made you just immediately die. So it's just like, can you survive racism, medical industrial complex? Oh, you're dead. Oh, conflict.
Oh, one more thing. One more option. And that is going to be, it is going to be the last option on every choice.
Okay. The last option on every single choice. So at every point in the game, this will be on the screen as you could choose that. Is it turn off your device?
Yes, it is.
Okay, I like that.
You decide to put your phone away. That will be an option every single turn from I guess 2 on. Because
what happens if you decide to turn off your device?
I mean, I feel like that kind of ruins it, but we're all here in the looking at this, but that's how you win.
What?
That's how you
win?
Yeah. Here's the thing. Because the conflict, this is why, and we're gonna put choices in, and the reason why is because this is an encounter. This is a bad faith encounter, and I should actually put that in there to see if you can get through.
All right, I love it.
Bad faith encounter. This is not about having a nice conversation with people about where people are, respecting each other and not, crossing boundaries. There's no ad hominem attacks or anything like that. Like we know how to talk to our friends and even talk to strangers when the conversation is not bad faith. When it's bad faith, the only solution is to end it.
Okay, so I don't know if I completely agree.
And I love it.
Questions. I have some artistic design questions for your video game.
Yes.
Don't feel like I'm giving you suggestions though. I'm asking questions. Feel free to be like, those are dumb questions. Let it go. So here are the design questions for your video game.
Yes.
Um. Oh no, I've lost it because I saw a friend join the audience. Hello, movement. Hello, welcome, audience. Um.
Oh, hey. Um. So I
So wait. I think I got my questions. All right.
yes.
So here's one of them. A question is this a world where people can reply back? So like in a TikTok world, you get a troll in your comments, and the troll's saying a bunch of offensive stuff in the comments, but then you can like take their bad comment and be like, look at that stupid comment that person made. I'm going to tell you why this comment is so dumb and give you the real truth.
I'm gonna
Is that
say. I'm gonna say. If in at any time you decide to stop talking to the person who is bad faith arguing with you, and you use it in a positive way to educate others or to whatever, instead of just continually letting yourself be traumatized by
right? Right.
some
Okay.
asshole who is there specifically to traumatize you and not learn anything. That's so
Okay.
so when you decide to disengage from that, that's when you win.
But what about blocking? Will that be a choice to block folks? Block, 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 block.
Yes. Yes.
Everybody block,
But
block,
like there's
block.
lots of ways that you can disengage with not talking to that person and talking to your community, talking to your own audience and not
Mm-hmm.
be talking to that person. Um,
Oh,
you actually showed me a really cool way on TikTok where you comment and you comment on your own comment and not on that person's comment. So you're not engaging that person, you're engaging yourself and your audience. And I like and appreciate that. And that is something that you could do as well
and
within this game.
that's based on the very negative experience I've had where somebody left a dumb comment or a racist comment or a weird comment or a sexist comment or something, and then I replied back and did like all of this labor to be like, well, here's all the articles and the receipts and da. And then after like half an hour of like destroying them with my argument, the person's like, oh my god, you're right, I was being racist, and they delete
Dirty
their comment,
delete.
and it deletes the entirety of the master class I just taught them that gave them such a life-changing moment that they decided to delete their comment.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Um,
communicating with a bad faith troll. So like the point of this game is you're talking to a troll.
yeah. This is a bad faith argument. But also we'll see. Like
Okay.
this is I the thing is that I don't part of me doesn't want I don't want the audience to know that this is a bad faith encounter.
Okay, you're right. Okay, I understand.
But it
Because
is.
yeah,
But we
you
know
know,
that it is a bad faith encounter. And that the only way to get out of that is to not engage in bad faith practices. Um, it's real tough though, because there are people out there that are real good at saying really gross and upsetting things, and when you think about it, when you really think about racism, just in general, it's infuriating. And so, in any kind of specific way, so let's see. We have all of our little things are going to take us to number 4, which will be called "It Begins." No, what do we call it? Oh, and there was a thing I was going to do. that I forgot
All
to
right.
do.
I would say call it It Begins because I can't think of what to call it. It's okay. We can fill that out later.
I suppose so.
Here's
I
the good
suppose
news,
so.
my friends. Maya Mama, it actually takes her longer than an hour to code a video game. So we're going to have another bite at this apple. That's partially why I feel so comfortable riffing.
Exactly. Yeah, no, the creation of a video game takes several episodes is what I'll say. Depending on the nature of the game.
It takes you more than a couple hours. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Building a video game.
But,
So,
well, I was going to say the first two I didn't even write a script for.
so in this game, you posted the article, you went off, you did some fun self-care stuff, you came back. What happens next?
So, I'll call it It Begins because it's ominous and I
I
like
love it.
it. It begins. Um, let's say, okay. Let's shoot this to the audience. So I want to say like that you're hanging out with some friends or you're doing an activity an activity that you are enjoying but like with people, like maybe dinner, but not dinner because I don't want it to seem because
Rude.
it's rude that you have your phone out. Yes.
So
So
what? So you're looking for an activity where they'd be with people, but it wouldn't be rude for them to take out their phone?
yeah,
I don't know. I feel like the world has changed and everybody takes out their phones all the time anyway. Like it feels less rude than it used to be.
I agree.
Like if you're at like a backyard barbecue, you're not going to be considered rude if you scavenger hunt. That's a good suggestion. All right, so from the audience, scavenger hunt, being a photographer or documenting. I was just going to say like a barbecue because that felt like a space where you wouldn't feel like you had to be on special behavior, but
I like barbecue. I like barbecue and scavenger hunt. Geocaching.
yeah.
Because like I want this needs to be an activity that if if there is some sort of conflict that is going on your phone, that this would be a very annoying time for it to happen because you are engaging socially with people. So a barbecue I think would work really well.
Cool.
What's going on?
Geocaching. I hadn't heard of it. I'm sorry. This is amazing.
Oh, you had no idea.
I've never
Like
heard
I
of it.
like the idea of geocaching and I like want to save that for something else because also whenever I think of geocaching I always think of like murder mysteries and I know that geocaching is way more boring than murder mysteries make it seem out to be. But um
I'm just going to put this off to the side because I now want to design a geocaching performance art event because,
oh yeah.
like, geocaching for little, like, packages full of joy or self care. Okay, I'm putting this down and I'm back with you. Geocaching, what is that? I'm video game designing, and your character was at a scavenger hunt at a barbecue. A backyard barbecue scavenger hunt. No, how everybody does.
You Oh, I got a really great funny idea. You are attending the fourth annual annual reunion
Does it?
barbecue for your geo caching caching um, group. See, now everybody wins. Hold on. This year, the theme is a scavenger hunt. Boom.
Give me a moment, Maya Mama. Thank you. I bought it at the top of the pandemic, and I'm very, very happy with it. It was meant to replicate what my hair really looks like when I get it done. So I'm glad you liked it. I'm breaking the illusion, and I'm letting my
Claudia,
audience know
it
I
is
wear
yours, and it is real,
wigs.
and that is all. It is
I
real
chose
as well. It's
it was funny because I normally choose wigs to be very different than my hair. And this was the first time I was buying a wig being like, does it match my curls? Will it be the right length? And so this is the one that looks the most like how I wear my hair. All right, Maya, I'm back with you. I was
just gonna say none of my wigs are that close to how I wear my hair. And that's why I like them. Ooh. I should name them, and you should name them too, Claudia. That is a fantastic idea. I'm looking at the TikTok too. Naming your wig. That is brilliant.
Liable. So where are we in the game?
Sorry, I started naming my wigs. Okay, so we have, okay, so the game begins. It begins. You are attending the 4th annual barbecue for your geocaching group. This year, the theme is a scavenger hunt. You see how everybody got a little bit in there? I'm going to say you check your social media app and see that we're going to say a distant acquaintance. Does anybody know how to spell acquaintance?
Well, it doesn't matter. You will spell check later.
Oh, you're right. That's really terrible. Oh, also it just fixed it for me. Thank you. It fixed it for me automatically. Technology. So you check your social media app and see that a distant acquaintance, comma, a oh. Okay, so the person who is going to comment and cause this trolley angry fight is the person who is guilty of the act of oppression.
Right.
So I don't have to stick that exposition in. That's going to be pretty obvious. That's a show, not tell. Right?
Got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Distant acquaintance. We are going to say that they know your family. Because that's how they're connected to you, because you don't really know them. Has commented in, and this is going to be in caps, in all caps. All caps. Has commented in all caps. How offended they are, and that, in fact, you are the one who is really racist.
Okay, so what's happening in the game?
Okay, so, we're almost done. Okay, so you are attending the 4th annual Fourth annual reunion barbecue for your geocaching group. This year, the theme is a scavenger hunt. You check your social media app and see that a distant acquaintance who knows your family has commented in all caps how offended they are, and that in fact you are the one who is really racist.
Got it.
Bye. I mean, what do you say to that?
Okay.
And that's what I'm going to say. What do you say to that?
Okay. So this is the tactic of Darvo. They're doing a Darvo where they're reversing. Darvo is deny, attack, reverse victim and offender. Darvo. So you deny. The denial is the main issue that you posted about, right?
Mhm.
So the person was like, that isn't even a problem. That's why it's offensive that I'm attacking you. That's not even a problem, you jerk. How dare you attack my community in these ways? You're the racist. So that's Darvo. They did a Darvo. One of my responses to a Darvo is to go, you did a Darvo. And then I tell everybody what a Darvo is. I love acronyms.
Yeah. I mean, so a lot of times the first thing that I do now is I say nothing. And I will come back to it. But I lately I've realized that it's not really a conversation. Parasocialization is sort of different, and time is not always connected to it, and so the sense of urgency is not as important. So a lot of times I'm like, oof, this is big. I'm not going to touch this for a couple hours. And then I come back to it. So let's what do we say to that? What's one thing that you all would say to somebody who says who does the classic you are argument? I'm seeing if there's anybody in any chats.
The audience to respond to what would you do in this situation? Like if somebody accused you of being the racist, actually, what would you say in the chat?
Yeah, like what would you say? How would you comment back? What thing would you say to them?
And Maya, you had said that your technique would be silence. Don't engage.
Well, I would take a moment. I wouldn't. It's not that I wouldn't engage at all. Is that I would wait a minute and actually think about what I want to say. So that I'm, yes.
Delay response so that you can come up. I'm now recalling my 5 Ds or something. I'd have to go find it. But like the one of the ways to do this is you delay. That makes a lot of sense. I had suggested that a technique would be to educate. Like I identify, this is the trolling technique that we're experiencing. So like what I do is, instead of also Maya, I'm never responding to the troller. Generally, I'm like, hello audience, please see this trolling technique this person's using. This is what they're doing to us. I highlight it, and then I try to delete them and block them because they're dangerous, bad people.
Right. So you're doing it the right way, but we need some wrong answers.
We need some wrong answers.
But wrong answers that sound right. Wrong answers that sound right.
Wrong answers that sound right. So I feel like you're asking us, talk about your failed strategies. What are responses that we've done that didn't work? Like, argue back with facts.
So here's the thing, is that actually the problem is that you don't know that they're in bad faith when you first start talking to them. You got to figure that out. So delay the response. Ask clarifying questions. Do the things you're supposed to do.
But also you could meet their energy. Like that's an option.
Yes.
Meet their energy. Oh, you're going to be nasty and mean to me? Let me be nasty and snide, and let me give you because I've done that.
Meet their energy? I like that. I like how that's worded.
Sometimes it's...
Oopsie.
This is the dark side. This is the dark side. Sometimes it's very pleasurable to engage in a little counter trolling, where a troll trolls
Oh, for
you,
goodness
and then you
sake.
troll them back. And like, I
I
don't
can't
think
do
it's
it.
healthy or good. I just recognize that every once in a while, I've got something ugly inside of me, and I need to vent it. And sometimes counter trolling can help me to do something that's rhetorically violent, because
Yeah.
you're frustrating someone on purpose. You're doing a you're meeting their energy though. Sometimes meeting somebody's energy can feel real good.
Yeah, it's not always a good faith argument back. Wasting their time. It's not always yeah, and and I'm going to say it's more resistance than force. In the way that you're not trying to commit violence on them, you're just trying to get in their way, which is different, I think, and maybe a
Doing
little
it,
better.
doing violence. I will be fully clear and honest with myself.
Mm-hmm.
When I indulge in counter trolling communication tactics online, I'm engaging with them and I know what I'm doing. And I'm doing it to make them feel the pain. So their time's wasted.
Mm.
They feel irritated and annoyed. I'll bait them with like real liberal talking points that they just can't wait to.
Oh, them
It's me.
facts. It's those facts.
It's me. Well, here's the thing. They're going to want to have an encounter where they're wasting my time. So it does take it takes a special skill set to counter troll and to not have your time wasted. But but I do think that like one of the responses could be trying to prove them wrong. Like with like cuz that's how I when I was communicating with everyone as if they were good faith,
Mm.
they would sea lion and I would waste my time with their sea lion and being like, well, this good article. And they'd be like, I don't trust that source. Give me another one. And I'd be like, well, here's that source is a liberal source. So I'd give them another source. And they'd be like, that's a liberal source too. And then they would just claim that every single informational source was a liberal one. And then I'd ask them for a source and they would post like a weird random YouTube video.
Or they'd be like, I don't have to do that. So, and you're like, oh my God, why was I doing this? So now when people try to sea lion me, by asking me unnecessary, unimportant questions that take us off the point, I will say something like, they'll be like, show me. And I will say, no. That's it. Or sometimes I go, no, I'm not your secretary. Like if you want, and also now I'm going to change, add, no, I'm not your research assistant. Like if you want to pay me to do your research for you,
Yeah.
like
I'm not
that's an
your
actual job. That's a real job that people
here's
have.
here's the thing. Like I've been thinking about this a lot actually, because every time you engage in an argument about something that is just about humanity, what you're doing is you're reinforcing the idea and the reality that they get to force us to debate this, that this is debatable. None of it is debatable. When someone comes to my space and is just like, is Trump a racist? I'm like, I'm not going to even talk to you
That's not
because
an argument.
we should not be debating whether or not racism exists. We shouldn't be debating any of this.
Or it's like the when they're talking about like the black question, you know, like what are we going to do about the black community? What are we going to do about the Asian community? What are we going to do about like what do you mean? What are you going to do? How about leave them alone? Leave
Um,
them alone. You got to
I
go.
recognize we're at the end of the show and I'm supposed to be I'm literally finding her so I can text message her to you while
Yes. And I'm
doing the
just
show.
about ready to close. I
Although I can't
think.
text message her because I'm live streaming on TikTok using my phone.
You can't do it on your computer? You can't send iMessages? Yeah, no what? Or um I don't know what I'm doing. What
But can I just take a moment to tell you what I was doing this entire time? So this entire time, I was making a web page for Angelink Pinkston's new business, Ghostlight American Sign Language Artistic Interpretation. And so we're promoting 2 Black women have started an amazing deaf sign language boutique that's literally for performing artists. It's so cool. But I discovered that the entire website that we're using, the stock art, you search under access, they provide nothing. You search under disability, they provide nothing. I searched for deaf, and it brought up a bunch of pictures from the School of the Deaf. They had like a suite of photos from there, and they're all white people except for one photo that's men. And I was like, I can't use any of this. I now need to find out where we're getting our stock images on for the website to write them, to be like, oh, need to talk to disabled in here and get better images.
That's a fact.
But the website has the information on it, and if people want to hire this awesome group of Black sign interpreters, now they can. I love that.
This is a cool image. Sorry, I got distracted because I was looking at my own access to different files, and I found a really cool picture, and I'm going to send it to you in a little bit, Claudia. But for now, I guess I got to finish my show. So I'm going to do my closing thing. And I do want to thank everybody for taking the time out to hang out with me and watch this thing while we figure out what we're doing and come back next time and all that stuff. So, yeah. Thank you for joining us. Today we made a game using software called Twine 2.0. For more information, visit their website, twinery.org. Gaming4Justice is a Calling Up Justice production. Special thanks to producer and guest Claudia Alec. Thanks to graphic designers Lucy Millslow and Maya Millslow. For more information on Calling Up Justice, visit our website, callingupjustice.com. Check out our Instagrams, at MayaMama79, at MayaSplaining, at Calling Up Justice Now, at Claudia Alec. And check out our TikToks, because that's cool. I am at MayaMama79, and we have Claudia Alec Love. Come back next week. We'll be here Wednesday, 4 p.m. Pacific time on twitch.tv, or check out the archive on YouTube. Okay, bye.